Hello party people, welcome back to YouTube land, Population Melissa and her pumpkins. So, I decided on updates once every other week so that we could have a really good visual on the difference between each video, and so there's not like 50 videos by the end of the growing season. So this is one of the smaller ones along the side of the fence here. The best growing plant right here, got a nice vine going on. These are the jack-o'-lantern size, I believe. Got a flower that's gonna start blooming. Where is it on this camera? Where is it on this camera? Here we go, here, that one. That one's almost ready. That'll be the first flower on these plants up here along the side. Do we have any female flowers along here? I haven't seen any females along these plants yet, but it's still fairly early. Lots and lots of male flowers. In an earlier video, I'll come up here because I'm always barefoot. God, it's hot. I'm burning my feet here. In an early video, I was talking about the fertilizer that I was using, Tiger Bloom, and I really recommend that. It is designed for the hydroponic industry, so you don't have to use it nearly as frequently as it says on the bottle. I'm doing mine once every other week, and there's flowers everywhere, and so a lot of the smaller plants are already blooming. Yes, Dante? Okay. This is the one that was actually pulled out of the ground soon after it came popping up, so even that one is doing fairly well. So I'm getting some high hopes for harvest time. I'm out here checking for female flowers too. These all seem to be wanting to go that way, but I want them to go that way, not under the shade of the tree, of course, but you know, around this way and around this way. So I'm gonna have to start pushing those vines in a different direction. We are down to 4 tomato plants now. The one, it was on this far end here, cleaved clean in half, and then got run over by the hose and then snapped. So that's not good. As you can see here, we've been doing a bit of thinning around the corn patch. I got maybe a half dozen, harvested maybe a half dozen corn yesterday. I'll be keeping close eye on the rest of them because I think they're almost ready. I've got one tall one over there. I think it accidentally gets like twice the water as everything else because I'll water in chunks, and so I'll water that chunk and then I'll water that chunk, so it gets double the water, and the rest of them kind of sad looking. Hopefully next time will be better. We'll be able to replant in mid-August, so I'm looking forward to that. The sunflowers are starting to bud off to the side, and the big one up here. So it looks like it'll be kind of like a broccoli. If you've ever cut off the head of a broccoli, then after that they'll have little side shoots that come up. Ooh, even up in here too. So it seems like there'll be the one big one up here, and then a whole mess of little ones all the way down the sunflower. We actually lost one because of a mole. Came out, there's nothing left of it, just a mole hole, so that's sad. This one is my heavy producer here. This one is the one knocking it out of the ballpark. You can see it's more than 5 feet already, the vine. And it's got a ton of female flowers too. So what I've decided to do is actually let whichever female flower develops bloom and pollinate, and then I will choose maybe 2 of them to stay on the vine. The rest of them I will be harvesting kind of like zucchini. Once I do that, then I'll have some recipes for you guys. Here are the ones that I'm probably going to keep. The ones that I showed you on the secondary vines, I'm definitely going to harvest those early. This one here hopefully will open, and I'll keep that. There's another one here that I will allow to open and harvest because they're just too close together. I think I would want to be able to bury another vine kind of like that and get some secondary roots going on. I've got to get out of here. It's so hot. Okay. One of our corn casualties. No, not a casualty. It was good because we ate it all up. Got a female flower there. I don't know, that one kind of looks like it's gonna fall off. And that one is the biggest one of this side. Those are the ones that are smaller pumpkins, pie-sized pumpkins. This one that hasn't been growing, it's grown, but not really enough. I just don't like pulling things. I get emotionally attached to my pumpkins. I go over there. That one definitely needs some water. I usually try to water first thing in the morning, but I had the water off, so I wasn't able to do that. This will probably be the only time that I have these pumpkins here in the back. This is the melon. It's actually got a growth spurt lately. Because I've been discussing things with my husband, and we think that it would probably be the best idea to put fruit trees in the backyard and do all of the vegetables in the front yard. That doesn't include these 2 that I have already gotten started. I'll try to keep mostly herbs and quick use items in them. I have to be removing the dirt from there. This one I showed you, it was like a brick. And this is my new garden soil. It's my garden soil for next week. Oh my god, I love it. It is 2 parts manure and 3 parts coconut coir. And as you can see, it hasn't been watered in 3 days, maybe longer, and 100-degree heat, and right there in the bottom you can see it's still all nice and moist. So that's gonna be awesome to plant with. Yeah, of course it dried out on the top, but that's not the point. The point is right where the roots are gonna be is super, super, super moist. Coconut coir, guys. That stuff holds onto water like nobody's business. And it's funny though, because it expands really quickly. Got the rest of the coir here inside the shed. I got a really good deal on it too. All that's plus one more that I already have out there. All this, so 10 cubes of it for about 60 bucks over at the Walmart website. And I had a pretty steep discount for choosing in-store pickup. Beets Peat. 3 cubic feet. It's 11 pounds in this little brick. So this thing is super compressed. And then you put water on it and it just goes. It drinks it up. And let's go take a peek at the rest of them. So for the beds mixed up with the compost and the coir, I'm also going to be putting some green sand and some lime. And that should round out the minerals. had one aborted female flower on this one recently, but that's okay. And nothing so far on this one. These are both the jack sizes. I don't know why these leaves keep yellowing. I made some manure tea for them, which has a good amount of nutrients in it. Unlike the compost tea, which is mostly for bacteria, the manure tea really does have a lot of NPK nutrients, but at a concentration that doesn't really burn plants. But still, I got leaves yellowing and falling off. We do have a lot of flowers though. Like I said, that other one really helps. I'm just so frustrated with this one a little bit because it grows so slowly. That was weird. And then we have female flowers too, but they're tiny. These are little bitty female flowers right there. I expected them to be a lot bigger. I mean, yeah, that one's gonna fall off right now. That's gonna fall off. I'm sorry that you can't even see that. But I mean, at any rate, it's encouraging to see female flowers start to develop on that one. Another one that I could have sworn would have flowered by now, but is now just sitting here turning yellow, are the sunflowers. Check it out, check it out. Do you see that? Do you see that little bug? That little dragonfly? Am I capturing it? There it is. That's super cool. I love those things. I don't see them very often. Why am I whispering? So I thought these ones were gonna be open by now, but no, they're seeing their sweet time and they seem to be yellowing. And this one keeps attracting ants, but I don't see any progress. So we're going to be taking down that tree, turning it into a kind of like a fairy table, and then all around it in a circular pattern are going to be the new vegetable beds. So that's the plan, at least. He's over there in the garage. Finally managed to put up my pumpkin patch entrance sign, because I had to get some hooks for the back of it. Look how falling off. That's all for now. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye.